Well, I interview a lot of mafia guys, and the mafia is like a pyramid structure where basically everybody kicks up to the top, ultimately to the boss. But in a Chinese gang, it's the other way around. It flows down.
That's correct.
Can you explain how that works?
That's correct. So the Dai Lo at the top, he has the connections to make money, to make the big money, okay? Through the drugs, counterfeiting, human smuggling, whatever, especially gambling, because he had ties to the Tang members or the Tang associates who opened gambling houses and the people who open gambling houses. So they have the connection to make all these the big money. So it trickles down to us. Okay, how it trickles down? He'll give the money to the Dai Lo, and the Dai Lo will give it to the Dai Ma, and the Dai Ma will pay for everything for us, like for all our entertainment, our food, the apartment that we live in. So our Dai Lo, Cambodian and Peter's Dai Lo, would rent a couple of apartments, one in Queens and one in Brooklyn, and we hang out there. There's a place for us to live. So sometimes at any given point, there could be maybe 10 people in the apartment, but there's always people in and out of the apartment. So the money trickles down. And if we go to a restaurant, we'll just sign our name, and then he'll pick up the tab at the end of the month. Some people think that, oh, you're extorting from the restaurant, you're not paying, it's a tiger meal or whatever they want to call it. But that's a misconception also. We walk out not paying, but the Dai Lo is going to pick up the tab because he's making a lot of money. And he's going to lose face if he doesn't pick up the tab. Like, oh, you're a Dai Lo, you can't even support your own kids. It makes him look bad. So he's going to pick up the tab. But we do extort from the restaurants also. But don't get me wrong. It's not like he picks up the tab. But sometimes, like during like the holidays, they'll give us the red envelopes. So that's a form of extortion. But they're willing to pay. Because they feel like, okay, we're gonna pay this gang. At least there's not gonna be another gang to come extort from us. So it's not like they're giving a lot of money. It's just it's crumbs. The restaurant business was making so much money, and all the business in Chinatown were making so much money back then. Because think about all the drug money coming in and all the illegal money coming in from the counterfeit goods. It's all flowing within those couple of block radius, and everybody was flush with money. So to give a gang kid, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old gang kid, a couple of $100, it's not a lot of money to them. It's not putting them out of business. You can go to Chinatown back then at 4 a.m. in the morning. You would have to wait to get a seat to get something to eat. Last night I was in Chinatown. The restaurant closed at 9 p.m. The kitchen closes at 9 p.m. I couldn't even get a beef chow fun.
Okay, for example, like I love New York Chinatown, right? So Hop Key, that's my favorite restaurant on Mott Street. Were you guys extorting Hop Key or?
See, that's the Ghost Shadows territory, okay, Mott Street. So here's a story. You gotta understand the mindset of the Chinese gang member, okay? It's different than the other gang members I've dealt with. Because I understand it, but in a way, it's all about respect. It's all about respect. It has a lot to do with respect. For example, you have years ago, there was in the was it 80s? Yeah, probably the 80s, early 80s. When Kid Zai's underling, Wintermelon, right? He spotted 2 eagles in the restaurant called Warhop. Okay, he could have just went and shot them inside Warhop and left them dead in Warhop, right? But instead, he dragged one of them out in broad daylight in the middle of the street, crowded street on Mott Street, and shot one of them dead. Went inside, grabbed the other one out, took him out, and shot the other one dead. He didn't want to do it in the restaurant because they know the owner. It's out of respect for the owner. So I don't see that with the other ethnic group that I've dealt with who committed shooting. That's my own personal experience because I dealt with a lot of the other ethnic groups in East Flatbush. they'll shoot you wherever you are, wherever you're standing. They'll leave you dead wherever you're standing if they see you. And shoot on sight. And another story is like with Shorty, right? We used to hang out in Triangle Billiards. And 2 ghost shadows walked in, right? Shorty is a tough kid, even though he's small in stature. They went up to check him, and he fought back, grabbed the kid's gun. He could have shot the kids right there in the pool hall and shot him dead, but he chased them out. He was going to do the shooting outside instead of inside because we have respect for that old white guy who used to give us free table time and let us hang out there, whether we're playing or not. Sometimes, we ran out of money and he would just give us free table time. So we have respect for and we're not going to kill somebody inside the pool hall because we have respect for the old man who owned the pool hall, the owner, right? So we think about these things.